Are you new to AI image generation and don't know what to prompt? Or maybe you've been doing this a while, but the AI seems to just ignore you sometimes? Today we're going to do a deep dive into prompt structure, and I'll give you the ultimate AI image prompt recipe. You'll find out what to include in your AI image prompt and if the word order matters, and how you get the AI to really pay attention to what you want. So let's get prompting. AI image generators are everywhere these days. Enter a few words and you get an image. Each image generator has their own unique way of prompting, but there are some commonalities in how to prompt to get the best results. Let's start with what to include in your AI image prompt. Start with a strong subject. This is your most obvious feature. What is it you want to see? Is it a cat? Or a website? Or a person? Be really specific. Is your main subject a landscape, or is it a volcano in a landscape? Is your main subject a woman or a high fashion model? A cat or a tiger? The words you use matter to the AI. If you don't know what to write, start simple. Any words that come to mind. A bunch of them so you have some choices. If you choose right, one word will get you closer to your final vision. If you're a little stuck, ask ChatGPT. It's good at sorting out my vague ideas. Once you identify your subject, add a few words of description. There are a lot of ways you can describe your subject, but you're looking for a handful of really rich visual descriptors, maybe 3 to 10 words. One of my favorite quotes is by writer Anton Chekhov. "Don't tell me the moon is shining, show me the glint of light on broken glass." For many of us, describing what we want to see takes some practice. Let's start with how to describe people. This video is sponsored by Aura. As we dive deeper into the world of AI image creation and large language models, protecting our digital identity is crucial. We increasingly share personal information online, and if you're anything like me, you're trying out new AI products from unknown designers. It's more important than ever to protect our digital identity from potential threats. Aura offers comprehensive protection including antivirus, VPN, safe browsing, and password management. They also monitor personal information and financial transactions. Aura has anti-track, ad blocking, and email alias features. These are great tools if you're trying out a lot of new tech. Aura offers subscriptions for individuals and families. In the family plan, they include parental controls, cyberbullying alerts, and child Social Security number monitoring. Aura provides $1 million in identity theft insurance and a risk-free trial. Click the affiliate link in the description below to sign up for Aura's free trial. This is a great way to try out Aura's service, and it helps me continue to make great content. Stay safe online and keep exploring the amazing world of AI with peace of mind, knowing that Aura has your back. When describing people, you don't just want a person, but a specific kind of person. Include their gender, age, any key descriptions. You might describe physical appearance, personality, or occupation. Remember, you don't need a lot of words, just the right descriptors. Here are some descriptors to get you started, but there are many, many ways to describe a person. The point is to be as descriptive as possible. Now describe where your subject is. This is the background, the atmosphere. What is going on? What is your subject doing? What is the weather like? All this adds to the vibe of your AI image. Use sensory language. Engage all of the senses when describing the scene. Describe the lighting, the colors, the texture, the overall feel of the environment. There are no shortage of lighting terms you can use. Popular prompts include dramatic lighting, volumetric lighting, cinematic, or studio lighting. My favorite, chiaroscuro, and silhouette. Use color terms freely to create just the vibe you want. Pastel pink and bright candy apple red have very different vibes. Use common terms to describe colors just as you would describe them to a friend. And don't forget textures. There's a surprising number of textures recognized by the AI image generator. With AI, you don't have to imagine every last detail, but point the AI in the right direction. Your description sets the vibe. Are you after a romantic and dreamy vibe? Or something more chic and elegant? Or maybe creepy and mysterious? You can have any vibe you want. The trick is telling the AI what you want. And now, let's add a bit of style. Start with a medium. Do you want a drawing, a painting, or a photograph? If you don't have an art background, you may not know many of these art styles. So I do a lot of videos about art terms just to help you know what the possibilities are. When struggling to find the right style, use artists' names as a shorthand for the desired look. A name tells the AI quickly what type of style you want. When you use two artists' names, what you're saying is, it's like if H.R. Giger and Tim Burton had a baby together. So this is the basic image prompt recipe. ID your subject, add a few words describing your subject, describe the context or vibe of the image, and a few style words at the end. Can you put more in the prompt? Of course you can. Put anything you'd like in the prompt. Be detailed or be minimal. But does it matter what order you put the words? Word order does matter, but maybe not as much as you might think. If you randomly toss words into a prompt, sometimes you'll get a weird result, but often it doesn't make a lot of difference. Order makes a little bit more difference with Stable Diffusion-based AI than Midjourney. The AI is set up for natural language, so talk as if you're describing an image to a friend. But just like when talking to a friend, the length of your prompt matters too. Too short and not enough information. Too long and your friend gets bored and starts tuning you out. Let me show you what I mean. Let's start with a super short prompt. A hamster. Where is the hamster? What is the hamster doing? What style of art is the hamster? I have questions about this hamster. You're leaving it up to the AI to fill in the details. This might be just fine. Some AI like Midjourney have a really beautiful default styling. But can you have too much information? Well, yeah. Some AI image generators like Lexica limit the number of characters you can have in your prompt. But even if you're within limits, you might not need all the detail. And some of the extra words may actually get in the way. Sometimes in longer prompts with more detail, the AI just skips some of the words. In this case, shorten the prompt a bit and really zoom in on the details that you want. Remove any words that don't directly describe a visual effect. If you're not getting the image you want, try adding or removing text from your prompt. You can also play with word order a bit, but if you organize your prompt into sections, you'll also be able to weight the sections. In Midjourney, separate the sections with a double colon. You can even break your prompt down into smaller sections. By default, each section is weighted 1, but you can change this. If you want more weight on the subject, for instance, add a higher number. This is especially helpful if the AI isn't picking up on something important. In Stable Diffusion-based AI image generators, add parentheses around the sections that you want to emphasize. The more parentheses, the more weight. At least that's the theory. The AI doesn't always seem to get the hint. Describing what you want to see isn't always that easy. This is your artistic vision. When you start creating, you may have an image in mind, but for most of us, that vision evolves as we work with an image. So start your prompt with a few ideas and build on them. Let us know your favorite prompt tricks in the comments below. If this video was helpful, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is Jenn at Making the Photo. Let's make something amazing together.